am going to recap a 2011 romance drama movie named Shame. So, let's begin. At the beginning of the movie, we are shown a boy named Brandon. Brandon is a bachelor and he lives in New York. And he is a very big sex addict. All this always goes on in his mind. And he keeps on inviting prostitute to his house many times. Once when Brandon is going to his office by metro, then he sees a girl in the metro. Brandon starts staring at her with his dirty eyes, due to which that girl becomes very uncomfortable. And then when the stop comes after this, that girl gets out of the metro. Seeing this, Brandon also starts following him. But soon the girl gets lost somewhere in the crowd. After this, Brandon got angry and went to his office. And then he also masturbates by going to the bathroom here. From this we know, that's what a big sex addict Brandon is. And he has also kept a collection of many porn videos in his office laptop. Brandon's boss's name is David, and he happens to be a very good friend of Brandon. Then after work is over, both Brandon and David go to the club together. In the same club, Brandon's friend David likes a girl, but that girl likes Brandon. And then when she leaves the club, she gives Brandon a lift. And then both are intimate too. After this, when Brandon comes back home, then he hears a voice inside the house, due to which he feels that a thief has entered his house. But upon checking he finds out that he is not a thief but his sister Sissy, whose call was coming to Brandon for a long time, but he was ignoring. But Sissy had the keys to this house. So when she came to New York, she went to her brother Brendan's house. Actually, Sissy is a singer and she got a job in New York. For this she requests Brandon that he should be allowed to live in this house. Was already living with her boyfriend, but her boyfriend cheated on her, which hurts Sissy a lot. Brandon knew about this, so he allows Sissy to stay with him. Then the next day Sissy invites Brandon to sing her song. So Brandon says that if his work will be over soon, then he will definitely come to see the show. Saying this, Brandon goes to his office. Going to the office, he comes to know that due to the virus in the computer, all the computers have been sent for repair. Then in the office, David asks Brandon, what are your plans tonight? Then Brandon says that he has to go to his sister's singing show tonight. Hearing this, Debit says that he too will go with her. Then at night Brandon goes to Sissy's show with a Debit. Sissy was singing at that time. Brandon also gets a little emotional after listening to Sissy's song. David likes Sissy's song very much, and he tells Brandon that your sister sings very well. David then meets Sissy, and then both start talking to each other. Then Debit starts flirting with Sissy and Sissy also impresses him. Then this is all Brandon sees. Then he doesn't feel right. Then when all three are going to their homes in a taxi, then Debit and Sissy start kissing inside the taxi. And seeing both of them kissing, Brandon becomes very uncomfortable. After reaching home, Sissy goes to Brandon's bedroom, and there she starts getting intimate with David. Brandon listens to the voices of the two of them getting intimate, and he gets very angry, but he can't do anything because David is his boss. And then he goes for jogging outside, then comes back home at night, and after changing his seat, he goes to sleep on his bed. After a while Sissy comes to his bedroom, and she also falls asleep with Brandon. But Brandon gets very angry with him, so he shouts at her and throws her out of the room. Next day Debit calls Brandon to his cabin and tells him that we got a lot of porn videos from your hard disk, I think it's all the work of your intern. But then Brandon gets a video call from his family, and Brandon leaves without doing anything. Brandon then flirts with Marianne, a colleague in his office, and then go on a date on the same night. The dates go very well and good connections also start being built between the two. It is also revealed here that Marianne has been divorced. When he gets home, Brandon goes to the bathroom to masturbate, and he forgets to lock the bathroom door. Then after a while Sissy comes home, and she goes straight inside the bathroom. At that time Brandon was doing masturbate. Seeing him doing this, Sissy quickly comes out of the bathroom. All this makes Brandon very angry, and then he angrily overhears Sissy a lot, and after that he locks himself in the bathroom. After a while Sissy notices that the porn live stream site is open on Brandon's laptop. Seeing this, Sissy understands that Brandon is a sex addict, and then she walks out of the house. Then Brandon thinks alone for a long time, and then he throws all his porn and sex related things in the dustbin. Then the next day when Brandon goes to the office, then he kisses Marianne, and both of them also go to the hotel, and then both start getting intimate. But Brandon can't do much here either, because he was disturbed, and then Marianne leaves from there. After he leaves, Brandon invites a prostitute girl to the hotel, and then he gets intimate with her. At night when Brandon is watching TV in his house, then Sissy comes over there. Then she starts telling him about David. Then Brandon tells Sissy that you stay away from David because he has a family and he is settled. Then Sissy also says sorry to him, but Brandon becomes even more irritable, and he gets angry at Sissy. He tells Sissy that you get out of my house. Then Sissy says that there is no one other than you. Then Brandon dotes her and leaves the house. Then he goes to a bar and starts flirting with a girl there. Then there comes the boyfriend of that girl, but Brandon does not remain silent even in front of him. Then when Brandon walks out of that bar, then that girl's boyfriend beats up very badly. Now all these things disturb Brandon a lot, and then he goes to the gay club. Here Brandon gets intimate with a guy. After leaving the bar, Brandon receives Sissy's voicemail, in which Sissy apologizes to Brandon crying, and asks her to pick up the call because Brandon was ignoring her. Brandon ignores Sissy even after listening to her voicemail, and then he goes to a brothel again, and here he gets intimate with two girls at once. After everything happens, Brandon takes the metro to come back home, but the metro stops midway, and he comes to know that someone has committed suicide further. Knowing this, he starts worrying a lot about Sissy, and then he starts calling Sissy, but Sissy doesn't pick up on his call. Then he comes home running. When he comes home, he sees Sissy has tried to commit suicide, and he's cut his wrist, due to which he has lost a lot of blood. Seeing this, Brandon holds on to Sissy and starts crying. Sissy was still alive. That's why Brandon takes her to the hospital and someone's life is saved. Sissy regains consciousness in the hospital. Then Brandon is overjoyed. Then Brandon walks out of the hospital and starts walking on the road. At the same time it starts raining, and even then Brandon starts crying loudly in the rain, and it has to be realized that he was doing so much wrong in his life, and finally he decides to rectify his mistakes. After a few days, he is inside the metro to go to his office. There is a girl inside the same metro who is constantly watching Brandon, and on the one hand, she is flirting with Brandon, but Brandon ignores her, which tells us that Brandon is now reformed. And then this movie ends.